Hey everybody, welcome back to another hour of downloading my videos onto my phone that are on YouTube so that they don't get lost when the channel closes because I told truth and they want to call it medical misinformation. So, this one is called The Truth. I share my experience with RNM, remote neuromonitoring, as it relates to an outbreak of the flu, and why I feel strongly that the citizens of the world are being lied to. There is an agenda that is being kept quiet, and by putting two and two together, I may have stumbled on the answer to the madness and chaos going on around the world. It is an empirical approach to a problem. A solution rests in the balance. 1, the executive branch returning all access of RNM to the military, and 2, global monitoring of millimeter microwave radio frequency radiation with satellites to ensure beams are not being used against innocent civilians, and 3, eliminating the online market for purchasing electromagnetic torture tools to individuals without a registration. Here we go.
For what it's worth, I would like to share a story with you about my experience with remote neuromonitoring. 2 summers ago, during an outbreak of COVID, when it first started, I would walk around my neighborhood a couple times a day. My captors would turn up the radiation and it would inflame my esophagus, making me wheeze. I also had the accompanying feeling of a metallic phlegm or mucus that would come up. That was not the normal sweet and salty mucus that you would normally have. That let me know that it was being created and was not in fact authentic COVID, because it would clear up all of a sudden. So I was being attacked by millimeter microwave radio frequency radiation that was causing my body to respond that way. Why is this important, you might ask? So what does my experience have to do with this message today? It's because I don't believe COVID is real. I don't believe COVID is real because it doesn't follow the normal communicable illness patterns that would be there. If you catch it from someone, then your most populated areas, your densely populated areas, would be where COVID breakouts would happen. Not in Vermont and New Hampshire's and least populated areas. Why are there many more deaths in the United States than in a country like India? Using logic, we can discern truth from fiction.
By the way, the population of India is 4 times sorry, that's wrong. About 3 times the size of the United States. And there are 700,000 deaths of COVID in the United States, but only 300,000 in India. That's a difference of 400,000 Americans. We shouldn't have the highest COVID death rate in the world, but we do.
And we're being played. And we are the victims of an invisible, lethal, military-grade weapon. Please spread the word about RNM, remote neural monitoring, so that you don't end up dead. Because the people using it, our military, are very serious about depopulating the planet and our country. Don't wait to spread the news of something that is real. The real thing is remote neural monitoring. And it's the devil. And it needs to be stopped right now. I love you all. And I'm saying this because I care. Pay attention. It's for your own good.
The next video. Should I get vaccinated? Funny how science was avoided by not accounting for natural immunity. The only science out there surrounds a vaccine that a company wants you to take so that you lose your human rights. During the Obama administration, the Supreme Court sided with Big Pharma to take your rights away. Don't be living in the land of dum-dum. Turn the situation around. If a doctor told me I had a 98 to 99% survival rate by having an operation, I would do it. Not getting the jab is your 98 to 99% chance. The government wants to experiment on its citizens with this vaccine and use the pandemic to use the vaccinated as the long-term guinea pigs. Here's my video.
Good morning. I'm not a doctor, but here's my 2 cents for what it's worth.
If any of my friends were to ask me about getting vaccinated, I would say no. 98 to 99% of people recover. Are you above 65 years? If not, stay away.
Science.
This morning, when I opened my phone, I received a tweet from a doctor with a bunch of replies, 50 to be exact. Here are a few of them. Stay safe and be strong. We'll get through this just fine.
No on the vaccine. This is from Dr. Syed Haider. Anyone with a suspected reaction to the vaccine shedding, please describe here. How long since the source has been vaccinated, and what symptoms did you get, and how long did they last? I'm going to go through the 50 answers that he has received. When are people going to wake up? These reactions are not normal. And it goes on and on and on. Please, for something that you recover from 99 or 98%, don't put yourself through this. Especially if you're not in a high-risk group. And I think I'll end with that. There are some people that just don't take anything seriously, do that. What fools. Have a good day, everybody. Take care.
That is vaccine shedding. The next video is a second call to Rachel to get answers. I said, sorry, no audio. So I wrote down what I have. About a week ago, I left a voicemail on Rachel's cell phone asking her to get back to me. She never did. So after two letters, a phone call, and no response, I left a message today telling her what the problem is. Quote, in parentheses, her telling police in a 911 transcript that I smoke pot. And what I need from her to tell me who told the lie. I've got 21 lab results over the last 3 years that proves I don't. I asked her to get back in touch with me. Again. There's also a second problem that I caught on tape that she told police about me. She claimed that I do or did opioids, which is also a lie. And not the case at all. There was an attempted murder with fentanyl and Suboxone one time that showed up during a pink slipping setup with lies in the narrative to get me evaluated. I was building on my days of recovery at the time and completely expected the results to come back 100% clean. What a shocker while in the hospital, trying again to explain about neighbors using the system to get me to move out of the neighborhood. Nobody but the police would be able to learn that information about my medical history, and I never told anyone about the incident that happened in August 2019 or 2018. And I hadn't made any of my journal public yet. I believe Pokey, Rachel's friend, Patty Ryan, was illegally given my medical history by the police, a violation of my HIPAA rights, and that information was spread around the neighborhood. Patty, along with the police, have completely ruined my life, and I can't get anyone to help me. It's unbelievable, but completely the truth. I keep trying. Let's see if it'll play the audio. No, it won't. So we're just moving on to... Well, I'm going to write this down. Sorry for a minute while I do that. Oh, if it didn't do audio on YouTube, it didn't have it on the original. Sorry for the delay. The next video is probably also without sound. This is the second video to Officer Hicks. And I already shared this in the last video, so we get to move on. My captors, my heroes, is this one. I'm trying to help my captors out. So, I found this video, which is at a government website. It's real easy to remember, osc.gov. And it's for federal whistleblower rights and protections. So I'm just going to play the first part for you.
Federal whistleblowers save billions of taxpayer dollars. They protect the public's health and safety, and they keep the government's business transparent and the government officials honest. In the next few minutes, I'd like to talk to you about the role of the Office of Special Counsel in this very important program that we run to protect federal whistleblowers. OSC plays a special role in encouraging federal employees to come forward with information that they may have that might reveal waste, fraud, and abuse in the government. And OSC plays a special role in protecting those employees after they come forward. So as we go forward in this video over the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through the process at OSC and explain how the complaint process works and how we handle those complaints.
So, there are different sections in this video. The first one is, what should you do if you have evidence of government wrongdoing? The section after that says, what happens when I report wrongdoing to the OSC? The next section is, are you required to notify your chain of command? Let's go ahead and play that one real quick.
Am I required to blow the whistle through my chain of command? The answer is no. However, if your disclosure involves information that you believe might be prohibited from public disclosure, be very careful. You must use a protected channel in order to benefit from the protections of the whistleblower law. So, if you have information in your disclosure that includes classified information, for example, make sure you use one of the protected channels. The Office of Inspector General is always a protected channel, and so is the Office of Special Counsel.
There we go. There you have it. There's the next section after that, filing a retaliation complaint. Then relief from retaliation. It's a rather long section. What information should you include in your retaliation?
And the last one. What if you feel you are in imminent danger of retaliation? And that's the whole rest of the video. So, I encourage my captors to do the right thing because somebody's going to, and if they do it for my benefit, I'm willing to pay for my freedom. Come on, guys. It's not that difficult to do the right thing, is it?
I wrote, because they don't believe doing the right thing will keep them safe, I'm providing them with a video from the government that shows the process of doing the right thing. All the government is an illegal organized gang using the unconstitutional military-grade weapon against innocent people. Them coming up with acronym names like SADS and blaming the deaths on COVID only further proves the misuse of this weapon by executive branch employees. Since it is a slow kill method of torture, for the most part, illnesses and disease can be easily attributed to something other than electronic harassment. If my captors don't blow the whistle soon, somebody else will. What's going on is horrendous and must be stopped at once, for the nation's sake, for the people's sake, for freedom, for God's sake. Next video is Liaison Help, call number 1. I already played that, but what I did not do was read the beginning. So, before things get more serious in the Midgard Woodbine neighborhood, I have to attempt to get resolution before my captors do something more that will negatively impact my life. They are the ones who have created a situation where they are stuck, and the only way they can see to get themselves out is to do more harm. I will not tolerate any more abuse that results in more pain and suffering. All I can do is continue to try and get help, and that means doing something different. I've never called the liaison officer before, and it sounds from the police the best way to address the ongoing harassment that plagued the neighborhood for too long. I've got all my evidence with me and can show it either at his office or my home, but a face-to-face meeting is going to need to happen, given the amount of detail I need to share. It's a shame that I have to go this route in order to get my own freedom back. My captors, were they not so addicted to me and the R&M program, could help me out by providing validity of their use of the military weapon on me. Instead, they hem and haw and worry about what might happen to them if they stand up in defense of the Constitution. Crazy. More details to follow soon. The next one is Chemtrails, R&M, and Humanity. I don't have a description, but I want you to watch this very important video. Here we go.
Hey everybody, chemtrails with nanoparticles and technology in them are very real. What I'd like to show you is a post by Marina Ragsdale. It includes proof of chemtrails and items being put into our atmosphere that have fallen to the ground. Look at her smiling. Here we go. Team Chemtrails, spray and pray. Pray for what? The death of humanity? Big thumbs up there. Just don't spray them, bury them. Yeah, our government is proud of trying to destroy humanity. Here's a patent for centrifugal aerosol dispenser assembly. Look at the date on it. 1979.
That's the belly of a plane.
Military. Military. All of it going into our atmosphere. Why would our government want to put such dangerous metals into the atmosphere so that it can go into our systems? Why would our government want metals in our systems? So that they react with remote neural monitoring and can kill citizens around the world to accomplish a depopulation strategy of having less people in the future.
Look at those lines.
Look at that. Look at that chemtrail. And you can't say that that's crop dusting because it's so high up in the atmosphere. Look at that. Look at that. Blast area. Stand clear. He looks a little fat in that picture. Big government fat cat. What does it show there? I believe that's the chemical symbol for dangerous chemicals. He's happy he's a part of the genocide of the American people.
Look at that, smiling. What does it say? U.S. Army. This has to end. Immediately. Here's my Facebook page. Tiered Justice, they drone me crazy. Take a look. Join the fight to save the humanity. To save my life and other people who are suffering because of remote neuromonitoring. Thank you and have a great day. The title of my Facebook page has been changed. It is now Tiered Justice, Equity and Equality. Next video. This is the first call to Rachel that I called her cell phone. I sometimes don't answer incoming calls that aren't in my contact list. I left a message and now all I can do is wait for a return call. So here's my first attempt to call Rachel. Good afternoon. I'm going to be calling my neighbor Rachel here in a second. She's the one that has said lies of me smoking pot and also using opioids. So I'm going to set the story straight.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 4196511
Blah, 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 blah.
6 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Rachel. This is Rem Milligan from Two Houses Down. I have a couple questions to ask you, so if you're able, please give me a call back at 614-506-1924. I'd really appreciate it. It's about 1 o'clock on Saturday right now. Bye. Best I can do. She never called back. She never walked 2 doors down to explain how she got lies in her mouth that she told police. This is a video where I learned something very sad. So apparently, posing as a federal officer doesn't get investigated in the city of Columbus. I was able to get direction as far as where to go next, though. The community liaison officer. Next phone call will be to him or her. Here is me finding out. Hey there, everybody. It is Saturday, the 30th of October, and I'm going to call right now to follow up on the report that I made last Friday. And here we go, because I want to keep everybody honest. There are so many things in this case that need looking into. I don't want anything to fall through the cracks, and I'm sure that they don't want anything to fall through the cracks either. So, here we go.
You can call a police non-emergency phone line. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Officers, all about police matters other than needing an open or order. You have reached the Columbus Police Department. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. All operators are currently busy handling other calls. Please stay on the line for the next available operator. Y llama al 911. No cuelgue. Permanezca ETY. You have reached the Columbus Police next available operator. Emergencia, por favor, cuelgue y llama. Por favor, no cuelgue.
In my ears, sometimes.
Please take 107.
Hi, ma'am. How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty well. I'm calling to see if a report that I made has been assigned to an investigator yet. It was a report basically with people impersonating as federal officers in my neighborhood. Okay, thank you.
Being transferred over to the detective office.
Hi, how are you doing today? Yeah, I have a question on a report that I filed last week to see if it's been assigned to an investigator yet. I have the report number here, if that would help. 213-026-793. Thank you.
These are the two men that told lies in the neighborhood. I was actually able to make a report. I couldn't believe it. First time in 2 years. You would think that they would just pull it up on a computer and punch in the numbers. So I'm wondering what's taking so long, actually.
Well, that's interesting because when I called, they said that an investigator would be assigned and then that they would follow up with me.
No. It's a lady what she told me. That's far as it's gonna go.
Wow. Okay. Well, what do I do about the situation then? Because
One line saying that there's it says it's not a police matter. Like, did you speak to someone? Like they what did you want them to do on that?
investigate with the neighbor who was told lies by people that posed as federal officers in the neighborhood.
Why don't you get a hold of the federal government to let them know that there's officers before
I did let them know that.
I was just told to let the federal government know that this happened. And I'm explaining that I have. Just listen.
I have let them know that already. Huh. No, they have not. They've not responded back, and I've contacted them 55 times. There's been discrimination going on in my neighborhood, and it's pretty intense. I have additional information that I'm probably going to need to report separately. It would be great if I could actually talk directly with somebody about the whole incident. Is that possible? Hi, how are you doing today? I'm doing all right. I'm spending some time on the phone, but it's for a good cause. There's some incidences that have occurred in the neighborhood over the last couple of years that have really affected my life. There are lies that have been told in the neighborhood by people that impostered as federal investigators, and those lies are believed. I have proof that those lies were told and that they were lies, in fact.
I forgot here to say the important part, that my neighbor believes that they are really the government.
My one neighbor has performed, I don't know how many. I don't want to say all of them, but close to a dozen stays of detention against me, trying to get me to move out of the neighborhood.
What's your name?
My name is Robert Milligan, Milligan.
What do you need?
What do I need? I need the police to kind of do some investigative work and get the truth out of the neighbors. I wrote a letter to the mediation center, and I only sent it to 2 different addresses. This was back in 2019. And I followed up with them in June, and they told me that I had called them and talked to them about the letter that I wrote, but I never called. So I have a neighbor pretending to be me calling people. I have I have attempted to. I've attempted to 6 times, dialing 911, and the officers that keep coming out don't allow me to report the crime. So I don't really know what else I can do.
Yeah, let me give you, so you need to talk to a detective because officers don't do investigations. Detectives do, right?
That's exactly what I would like, yes.
Find that number.
Perfect.
Special Victims Bureau. Okay. Family crime, that's not it. Domestic violence, exploited children, missing persons, physical abuse, none of those fit. Just trying to think of what fits. What is your, what part of town do you live in?
I live in Clintonville.
Okay, so. Do you know your community liaison officer?
No, I don't, but I did write down who I thought it might be. I think I might be precinct 3, but I'm trying to find that page right now.
Okay, well, you can your address and I can tell you which.
Okay, that's great. 434 Midgard Road, Midgard. And that's fourth. I'm sorry?
I've got MIDE and then they didn't get the rest of it.
ARD.
ARD.
Yes. And I do think it's precinct 3 with Officer Riley, but I'm not sure.
It is precinct 3. Officer Riley is no longer there. So do you have the number written down to contact that person? Because they're experts on spending time on complaints and stuff, because patrol just doesn't have time to.
Experts on spending time with complaints. Not if you're me. I get no time.
Do that sort of investigation.
That's what I figured. Yeah,
Liz?
I have 645-1403. Is that correct?
That's it.
Oh,
Correct.
okay.
But it'll be on the voicemail.
Okay, great. And are they there Monday through Friday?
Sunday, Monday, but like today they switch days off and switch hours. So if he doesn't answer his phone, just leave your name and number and he'll call you. He or she will call you back.
That sounds wonderful. Thank you so much for your help.
You're welcome. Good luck, sir.
Oh, thank you very much. Goodbye. Closer. Community Liaison Officer. That's up next. Let's see. This is a short one. Past and present, R&M and V2K. The end of slavery. A lot can happen in a year. A lot of knowledge has been gained. A lot of people have done wrong things and tried to maim. It's time to make things right. I'll fight all day and night, so I might be free again. Please share the knowledge of V2K, R&M, targeted individuals, and gang stalking. Lives are at stake every single day. People are dying, and it's at the hands of a few with a weapon far too powerful for any human to handle. The devil weapon of the military, R&M, must be returned at once, and monitoring satellites put in space to police the area where these crimes occur. Global security can be achieved if we all can agree that another's body is off limits for abuse, manipulation, mutilation, and sick self-pleasure in delivering misery. The truth shall set me free. So I shouted as loud as I need until I am freed.
No one in the land of the free is truly free if one can purchase thee and dole out misery. To be free is our destiny, so spread the word about freedom on the planet where all God's creatures are free. And here is the video.
Good morning, everybody. On my Facebook memories, one of the videos I took a year ago today came up, and I thought I would play a portion of it for you. So here we go. This is me 1 year ago.
Myriad of voices. There are some sticklers, though, that have been hanging on. And I think they're right here in my neighborhood. Now, how could that be possible? Well, the things that are said are both pronoun and location specific. For instance, somebody who was not a part of the neighborhood would not say, "We don't want you in our neighborhood." Would they? Even the best actor in the world would trip up on that one. So, things have been dropped. As far as calling the police petty wagon to take me away time after 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 time for a dozen times in the last 2.5 years. A lie saying I was, quote, witnessed in my front yard, in fact implies that it is a neighbor. Because only a neighbor would be able to witness me in my yard. Listening actively is a full contact sport, especially when you want to get to the truth. It's time that people man up, bone up, and pull the dress up. I pulled my panties up, and I'm walking towards my freedom. Have a good day, everybody.
I need to add that it's no longer a dozen times that my neighbor has removed me from my home. It's been 21 times. Game over. I need some answers so that I can continue to get my life back, because people don't want me to have that in my life, and that's just not acceptable. Period. I hope everybody has a good day, and please research RNM, remote neural monitoring, and V2K, voice to skull technology, because it's very, very important to a lot of people who are suffering. And we don't need you to believe us. We need you to support us in getting our rights back, because we're people too. Thank you in advance for your support. And have a great day. Goodbye.
And the next one. Millimeter microwave radio frequency. This is a quick one. I don't even have a description. Here we go. These are going up all over. I mean, all over.
You want to see the dismantling of America? Take a look at this.
That's it. Yeah, it causes cancer. The millimeter microwave radio frequency radiation. It's killing us slowly and invisibly. This way, we won't be able to collect our Social Security because we'll have died of cancer. So the government gets to save money. Brilliant, huh? Freedom of speech, number 3.
So, my post on to Dear Justice, they drove me crazy, had a medical misinformation. I don't know if I want to appeal it or not. Here's what I claimed. That because scientists are at a disagreement on whether or not graphene oxide exists in the vaccine and in masks, that it means it has to be there. Science is truth. So, because there's disagreement, it means that some people are lying. Who is lying about science and truth? I'll let you decide who is telling the truth or not. But if a community of scientists are in disagreement, it means somebody's lying. And we have evidence of something moving in masks and something being found under a microscope. We also have a description of a new disease. Morgellons. Think about it. It's important.
And I made a mistake in this video. You can see right here that it's actually my YouTube channel, Robert Milligan. The one that I'm trying to preserve right now by making this video that's now almost 1 hour long. So we're going to go do freedom of speech number 2 and number 1, and then it's going to be time to take a break. Here is freedom of speech number 2. This is October 25th. That's how far back we are. So if you wanted to know, that's where we are.
Hey everybody. I was told that this video is now visible only to you and will be removed entirely
within 7 days. It's now 1 a.m. I posted my video around 7 or 8. It's now no longer on Facebook. So I've written an appeal, and I'm going to send it. Your community standards contradict my First Amendment right of freedom of speech. Dissenting views with an unpopular belief that is just as founded in scientific evidence should never be silenced. Should we blindly believe government when there is belief in the scientific community that disagrees with the government? Your community guidelines eliminate all voices that differ from the government. People have a right to offer different opinions than what the government believes. Creating a scenario where there is not open dialogue is dangerous and eliminates freedom for all. There is misinformation and information all over the internet. Why are you silencing one view in favor of the other? Whose side are you on? You obviously have chosen, but you have no right to choose for everyone else too. We'll see what I get back.
It's a strike. It's why I'm making this video now. To save all my proof and evidence of shit. I've never known people to be so shady.
Hey everybody, it's Rem. Freedom of speech is not medical misinformation. Being able to exercise my First Amendment right of freedom of speech and offer a dissenting view that is proven in the scientific community does not constitute medical misinformation. Science is truth. Somebody is lying. Period. I will appeal the decision that YouTube has made of me disseminating medical misinformation. Period.
And we only have a few more to go, so I'm going to finish off with this page. Truth shall set you free. Another one that was removed. Here we go. This is the video. So.
Hey everybody, it's Ram. Hope everybody's having a good evening. I'm here to tell you about RNM and graphene oxide. Graphene oxide is inside of masks and inside of the vaccine. Graphene oxide acts as an antenna that makes RNM work. They're being used to control the people. Do the research. Why would they be putting a metal inside of a vaccine to be put inside of our bodies? It's so that the millimeter microwave radio frequency radiation works and is effective. Pay attention, listen, and learn. God bless you all. From Dublin, Ohio. The coolest city around. Take care. Bye.
That was removed from YouTube. This is from, let's see the date, October 24th. Right there. And it's removed. Okay. That's about it. I said that we were going to take a break. And that's just what we're going to do after this video. Success with a report of crime number 1. This is where I got excited because I was able to make a report. After 2.5 years of blocking based on profiling and discrimination, I was able to successfully file the first of a number of reports that need to be filed to achieve resolution to the issues on Midgard Road. You can tell from my voice that I am serious. Know what I'm talking about. Frustrated at the length of time that has elapsed as a result of negligence on the part of the Columbus Division of Police. What I was able to file today is the root of many problems that plague my life today, that were designed to get neighbor approval for my removal of the neighborhood based on lies. There is so much more to tell, but it's all online for people to read on Facebook. My journal page that has included all the real events from November 22nd, 2018 to the present date is titled Tiered Justice, They Drone Me Crazy. What's crazy is that people thought they'd get away with literally murder and my complete elimination from society. I've got a few more of my 9 lives left to give, and this fight is one worth every breath, penny, and second, because it's my future that is at stake. My captors should have helped long ago, and their time is running out fast. I do not have time to play games and fuck around. I have a life I need to get back to, and nobody is going to get in the way of that. Sabotage and projection are 2 strategies they've used so far. I've suggested they consider intuition and doing the right thing. We'll just have to wait and see what happens next. Stay tuned.
Good late morning. This is Ram. I'm just letting you know what's going on today. I am going to be calling the police station here and trying for a 7th time to report crime in my neighborhood. So, with that, I am calling.
You have called the Columbus Division non-emergency phone line. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. If you need a police officer, refer to a dispatcher request this department.
Columbus Police Department. Is this line for the next available operator? Por favor, cuelgue y ya no cuelgue. Permanezca en la...
All right.
Good. My name is Robert Milligan, and I need to file a report of some crime that has occurred in my neighborhood.
Okay. What kind of report do you need?
Well, there were 2 men that came into the neighborhood claiming that they were federal officers and told lies to a neighbor. And I have in her words the fact that she believes that they were federal officers. So that's just one of the things. There are a number of things that I need to report, but that's the most urgent one right now.
Okay. What kind of federal officers?
Secret Service is what she was told.
Okay. So have you tried calling the Secret Service and talking to them?
No, I have not. I know that they were not Secret Service because they lied to my neighbor. So, and I got the evidence of that.
Let me get you up to an officer.
All right. Thank you.
Call center, Officer Carrier.
Hi, Officer Carrier. My name is Robert Milligan. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I need to report some crime that's happened in the neighborhood, and I need to file a report today on that.
Okay. Are you the victim of the crime?
Yes, I am.
Okay. We can report. You can report what you're the victim of there.
What am I the victim of?
Yes.
Yeah, basically there were two people that came into the neighborhood a few years ago that had told lies and claimed that they were Secret Service. My neighbor believes that they actually were Secret Service people, but I have evidence that they are not. And the evidence that I have is in her words and my arrest record.
Okay. What is your address? Let's start there.
Yep, it's 434 Midgard Road, Midgard. Yes, it is.
Okay. Okay, and what did you say your first name was?
My name is Robert Milligan.
Robert. Okay. What is your date of birth?
423, 1973.
And the phone number for you.
614-506-1924.
1924. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And you kind of broke up and you said some people came to the neighborhood a couple years ago.
Yes, it was in 2019. It was late June.
Okay.
And they claimed that they were Secret Service people. They visited with me and they visited with my neighbor.
Okay. Okay. And then?
The officers told my neighbor that I was arrested in Washington, D.C. when I went to visit. And I was not. And that would be proven in my arrest record. There was also a statement made by the people who came into the neighborhood that I met with the FBI when I was in Washington, D.C., and I did not. I actually met with Secret Service in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
So what has happened, sir, is that the lies that were told to my neighbor have spread across the neighborhood. And there are additional lies that I have proof of being told. The way that I found out all that proof is based off of 45 911 call transcripts. So the evidence that I have is in the neighbor's own words that they were lied to and spreading lies.
Okay. And we don't have any identifying information on the original guy that came?
I could give you a description, a physical description. I believe that my neighbor may be able to give more information. but I do not know that.
Okay.
My neighbor that I'm talking about is Patty Ryan, and she is at 433 Midgard.
What's your last name again?
Ryan, R-Y-A-N.
Okay. Okay, let me get your report number here.
Okay.
It is 213
213
026
026
793.
793.
Now listen carefully to what is said next.
Okay.
All right. And I will start typing that up right now.
I appreciate it. I'm concerned because there are a number of other things that have transpired in the neighborhood, and I've been trying to report with you guys for over 2 years. I've dialed 911 6 times and been denied the ability to file a report. There is damage that was done to my property. There are other neighbors involved in an agenda to get me to move. And I need this handled, and there's a lot of additional information that I need to speak with somebody about. So if you can facilitate that, that would be great. I'd really appreciate it, because I've not gotten any help from you guys, and I need it.
Okay. You wouldn't happen to remember, well, the specific date in June when they showed up, do you?
I could look back on my records. It was the day that I arrived back home. It would have been the last week in June of 2019.
Or early July.
Okay. I'll just say I'm gonna ballpark it around the 23rd, just on the cover page here.
Actually, I'd go ahead and maybe put it down for the 28th. It was definitely more towards the end of the month, because I filed a report with the FBI on the 20th of June. And then I went out to DC on the 21st. So it was about at least a week until I returned home. So, just so all the information jibes.
All right, I got it. And I'll put in there that you are requesting a follow-up. It'll probably be one of the zone investigators.
That sounds perfect. I really appreciate your help. Thank you so much.
Okay, take care, sir.
You too. Have a great day.
Okay.
He said one of the zone investigators. I've not heard anything from anybody. Time for a break. Go get some popcorn.